what an idiot I've been. I'm really sorry, I've just realised I've forgotten the birthday. I don't know, that struck me as a kind of interesting thing to do in the middle of a reading, just suddenly be like to the audience, oh, I forgot your birthday, because obviously I don't know any of you really. Mia mentioned her birthday earlier on when we were upstairs, but I've already forgotten. I think the reason why I've been so kind of conscious, it was my birthday last month, so you all forgot my birthday too, but I'll forgive you. You can give me gifts later. No, I'm only joking, you don't need to give me gifts. The reason I've been kind of thinking about birthdays is it was my grandmother's 89th birthday while I've been here in Japan, and I'm pretty certain of that. The only thing is I'm not certain which day it was since I've been here in Japan, so I sent her flowers and a bottle of Prosecco, and I sent her the flowers and the Prosecco on the 24th of this month. But I then suddenly started thinking, actually, probably her birthday was the 26th, which is today, right? But then, because I've already said happy birthday on the 24th, I didn't think I could really just say happy birthday now on the 26th. Because, yeah, I've already kind of created this situation. I think there should be a word, though, for when it's, you forget something, but you're early. Like, have I forgotten? Because I've done it 2 days early, so it doesn't feel like I've actually forgotten. It's almost like I've preempted her birthday. But I'm kind of hypersensitive about this too, because as I mentioned, my birthday was, when was my birthday? Yeah, like a month ago, the 28th of March. For next year, you can remember when we come back. The 28th of March, and this person that I've been messaging back and forth, he forgot my birthday. And when I say messaging back and forth, it's been like 5 years. And he's got a record of 4 years of forgetting my birthday, 1 year of remembering it. And I was kind of conscious of that, and I sort of sent a thing when I was like, oh yeah, he was like, how are you? And I was like, well, I've been 40 for a week and a half, so like that's something. And then he sent this like crying emoji. And I was like, why are you sending this crying emoji? Like obviously you don't care about my birthday, you've forgotten it 4 years out of 5. So if you cared about it, then you would send, like, I don't know, you would send me a greeting on my birthday. It's also a week before yours, so it's not very difficult to remember that you just like, you know, calculate backwards from your birthday. Also, it was a week and a half, so he could have got to his birthday and still sent me a thing saying happy birthday. So I was kind of sensitive about that, conscious of it. Usually my birthday isn't actually that good, to be honest, because not this year, so I was 40 this year, but last year when I was 39, remember my grand's, it's not like a mathematical puzzle, but my grand's 89 this year, so she'll be 90 next year. And although she told me the other day, she was like, I'm going to be 90 in 2 years' time. And I was like, no, you're not. You're going to be 90 next year. And then in 2 years' time, you'll be 91. Last year, though, my birthday, I do this workshop, which is all about poetry and trash, junk, garbage. That's what it's about, the workshop that I do. And I kind of do this whole thing where I'm valorizing garbage. You know, I mean, in these streets you don't really have much rubbish, but in Glasgow it's like you can't walk anywhere without piles of rubbish because usually the refuse collectors are on strike and that sort of thing. So I do these workshops, and like the day before my birthday I've been doing this workshop which was on the poetics of garbage, and it was all about like going through your trash and like making poems out of your trash, just anything you could find that did detritus of your life. And then on my birthday, I drove up to a petrol station and I parked my car and I filled up the car with petrol, and then I was going to go and get a flapjack. I'm really obsessed with flapjacks. I actually once went to a hypnotist to get me to stop eating so many flapjacks. She laughed in my face. But I filled up my car with petrol and I had my car key in my hand, and I went to put a flapjack wrapper and a coffee cup into the bin. But the problem was that as I went to put the coffee cup into the bin, I also dropped my car key into the bin. So then I was at the petrol station with this horrible bin, and I had to empty out, literally get all of the junk from the bin on my birthday, which this other person had forgotten, and I was emptying out all of the junk in and I had to go and get a bag. I had to buy a bin bag from the petrol station to then empty out everything from the bin in from one bin bag to the other. And right at the bottom, I don't know how, so I just threw it in, and my car key isn't that heavy, but it sunk right to the bottom of the bin. And then it was just in all this gross bin juice. It was really horrible. It was the worst birthday I've ever had until this year.